What's going on, guys? Great day in the markets today. What did I used to say? I think I said something like that. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, hasn't it? Once every what, 3 years? 2 years? I get an urge to make a video. Just kind of saying what's up, seeing how everyone's doing. I'm doing great. Just chilling, still trading, making money most of the time. Except for when I trade Doge. I lost some money on Doge. We won't talk about that. But it's been going well. Still improving. Still having some unnecessary losses. Big losses. But overall, much, much greener than before. The same sort of pitfalls that I was having really my whole trading career, I still struggle with, but they're less frequent and they're less intense. So when I have a blow up, I'll lose a fraction of the day's profits. Whereas before, I would give back the whole fucking month. Or after that, I would give up the whole week. And then after that, I would give back a couple days. And then I would give back a couple trades. And now, most of the time when I have a unnecessary loss where I get too emotional and I don't intervene with what I have called now, which is an action item, like if I'm feeling like I'm going to revenge trade or I'm going to oversize or I'm going to chase, are just a few of the triggers. I have action items where I leave the room until the next proper timing for my setup approaches. So like, usually it's within the 30-minute or the 60-minute setup, so I'll come back just as the hourly is about to close or the 30 minutes about to close. So when I don't do that and I go monkey mode, ape mode, and I take a trade, usually the damage isn't that bad. It's like I'll give back a third or a fifth of the profits, which now is more money in terms of dollars, but less in terms of percentage. And that's what matters, because my risk per trade is much bigger now. I don't know what it was before, but it can be anywhere from a couple hundred to 5,000. And anywhere in there is sort of normal for me. But if I'm planning on taking a $500 risk and I end up adding and adding and adding, and then going, what are you doing, man? And then stopping out before the level, even though I should, because we're already at a minus 3,000 loss or 4,000 loss. That's within my normal risk parameters, but I shouldn't be taking those losses. Even if I'm already up on the day, I shouldn't be taking those kinds of losses. So the numbers don't matter. The progression is what counts. So I've been using a whole lot of the 60-minute chart. I like scalping less now. I like more size, I like waiting for trades, and I like sizing into them. I like trying to catch a multi-day move, whether it's stocks, the indexes. I've been trading a hell of a lot of crypto recently, Bitcoin and Doge. Again, we're not talking about Doge. But it really wouldn't matter if it was ES, SPX, or Bitcoin. My size has gone way up. My criteria for trades has tightened immensely, and I use bigger time frames. Like, I'm not looking for a 5-minute, like, oh, he broke out here on the 5-minute chart and now we're coming back down and retesting it, and I'm just going to sell into the highs for what, 39.30 to, like, this is a 5-point move. I don't give a crap about that. I want to catch the hourly moves, off the model we trade on, or on the moving averages, or whatever the hell it is. I want to use bigger time frames. I want to hold for longer, and I want to take fat size. It's fun until you screw it up. So it's kind of just an update video. I don't really have anything to talk about. The biggest thing by far, the two biggest things by far that have increased or furthered along my trading progression is emotional development. Sounds stupid. It's not. and also reading price action. Okay, so I won't get too into either of them. I'll just glance over them. So emotional development. What the hell do I mean by that? So personally, as a trader, myself, my own downfalls, and anyone who's watched any of my videos knows that when I start to lose money, I freak the hell out. I try to make it back. I loss chase, I oversize, and the loss just goes from like okay to ridiculous, like just totally not cool. And that is from a lack of discipline. That's what it is. Like, it's cool. You gotta own it, and you gotta fix it. So, how do you fix that? So, one of the biggest things that changed my trading and made it better in that regard was, again, having the emotional triggers that I've identified. So, I just took a loss, or I just sized up and I took a bigger loss, even though it was anticipated. I missed an entry and I want to chase and I want to make the same amount of money, so I oversize. Any of those, I have, like I said, action items. I get the hell out of the room until the next setup, the time frame is correct, or I'll shut the platform down. I'll delete the montage window for orders. I have a few separate things. I won't get into them, but the point is that if you want to change, you have to do something different. So what the hell? So the group that I trade with, I'm known for saying, what are you going to do different? Like, if anyone comes in with an issue, or we're talking about how they improve or how I should improve, what the hell are you going to do different? So it depends on the person, right? So that's just what I struggle with. But you might struggle with your entries are good, your setups are good, but you don't take your profits. So it usually hits your levels and then it comes back down and stops you out, and then you get all emotional and things go to shit from there. So what the hell are you going to do different? You can spend 20 minutes going over it, but what are you going to do different? And you have to answer that for yourself. You have to take emotion out of the picture. So that might be every time you have an entry and you have a target, you put it into your entry window, whatever it is. I can't type it because it's not an instrument right now. AMD, sure. So, you go in, you put your size, you type in your target, 91, and you hit sell. That's it. So you have to do something different. Otherwise, when it gets up to your level, you're going to do the same thing over and over and over again. So what are you going to do different? That is the emotional development part. Now, the other part is, what the hell did I say? Price action. So what is price action? Right? Like, why do we need to look at price action? What does it tell you? What it tells me is the story behind what's happening. So let me just give you a very quick example. Let's go on the hourly here. So if you're using this is the 20 and this is the 9. If you are looking at this candle here, this is the open. It is a green candle. Okay? Now, the next candle after that, it made a new high very, very briefly, but it couldn't close over it. So the buyers are getting exhausted. That's what this says. Now, maybe you have a setup defined around that. Maybe you wait for 2 of those candles to close and then you take the third one. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just going over price action. So this third candle, what does it do? It tries to make a new high again over both of these candles. It immediately gets rejected, and then it closes lower. And it closes lower than this candle, and it closes lower than this candle. We're getting closer to the moving averages now. What is this saying? This is saying we tried to go higher, but the sellers overwhelmed the buyers. So we're likely now going to head downwards. All the people that bought this breakout are trapped if it goes against them. And if it goes against them, there's likely to be a big move against them because the market likes to move in the direction of max pain. And for that point in time, max pain was lower. So this is just an example where it did work out and it did go lower. And it's heading towards these other candles. Again, if we have a breakup candle right here, it's probably headed to this area, or maybe it's headed to this double bottom. Again, just very simple price action. Where's the stock going? Why is it going there? And just, you can start to see these things. So after that candle, what happened? We tried to make another new low. Okay, first off, we busted through these moving averages, and then we closed under them. That is bearish. So the next candle tries to make a new low, reclaims it, but we still close under these moving averages. The same thing. Try to make a new low, close under the moving average. Try to make a new low, try to break the moving average, closed under the moving average. So the story that this was telling all day was that we tried to break out and we couldn't. So maybe you'll start looking for short setups. Maybe you'll go in the lower time frames and you'll start looking for shorts. You'll start saying, okay, we broke down low of day, and as we come back up, I'm going to try to take the short. And what do you know? The biggest move in the shortest amount of time was that short setup from here to new lows. Now that only gave you 12 points or 13 points, but it was a very easy trade in my eyes. But that's only because I know how to read price action really well. So if I could leave you guys with anything, not that it matters because I don't know why the hell I'm making this video, maybe focus on your emotional control and trying to read the action. What is happening? Maybe you're a lot better at reading level 2. You can spot hidden sellers up here. But at the end of it, the candle is created and it tells the story for you. You don't have to spot out all these crazy things. You can just look at the price action. And then, like I said, for emotional control, it's just getting your emotions more stable, less reactive, so you don't react to your emotions as intensely or as impulsively. You can think better. You don't make stupid trading decisions. You just make less mistakes, and over time that results in you making more money and progressing as a trader. So I think I've gone on a sufficient ramble. Again, don't know what the hell I'm doing recording a video. Hope you guys are having a fun Friday night, and you don't have time to watch this yet until tomorrow. But yeah, have a good one. It's good talking to you. See ya.